In this video, we're going to show you how to use the calculator to solve equations that we can't solve algebraically. First, we're going to do the x-intercept method, and then we will do the intersection method. Okay. So we want to solve this equation here, x cubed minus 4x squared minus 5x plus 1. And it's equal to 0. Let's say it's equal to 0. All right, we want to solve that equation. We call this the x-intercept method because we're going to look at where the graph crosses the x-axis, where y is 0 actually. That's why it's called the 0 or x-intercept method. Okay. So the first thing is to hit y equals and put the equation in. Now I have some in there, so I'm going to clear those out. And I'm going to put in x to the third. Use my right arrow to get out of there, minus 4 x squared minus 5x and plus 1. Now we're going to hit graph as it says, or sometimes you might hit zoom 6, zoom standard if it's the first time you're using the calculator for the day. You might have to do that to get the window to its standard window. But we've already done that, so here it is, and you can see on the screen there are 1, 2, 3 different zeros here, and we have to find them all. Okay. So to find them, we use the calculate menu, which the calculate menu, it's in blue here, it says calc above the trace key. So we hit second and then the trace key, and this menu comes up, and we want number 2 for 0. So a left bound. We can find any of them in any order we want. I usually tell people to start with the leftmost one and move to the right. So I'm going to find this one first, then I'm going to find this one, and then I'm going to find that one. So left bound, I need to be to the left of this. So I need to move left until it goes past that point, that point. We're almost there. All right, now we've gone past it. We've gone past that. It's right here. We are on the left of this point now. So we hit enter, and it will now ask for a right bound. So I move to the right till I go past it again. And I'm already past it. That's good. Hit enter. Guess, we can just hit enter. And there is our first solution, negative 1.142. So that's the first solution. We can write that down, record that answer. So you've got it. And then we repeat the process for each one of these. So now I'm going to do second trace again, number 2 again. I'm going to left bound. I'm going to move a little closer to this. I'm already on the left of it, but I want to be a little closer. And this time my left bound is above. It's in the positives now. So I'm going to hit enter. And then I'm going to go to the right, go past the point. And I'm past the point. Notice that my left bound was in the positives and my right bound is now in the negatives. That's going to happen each time. One of them is going to be positive and one's going to be negative. Last time my left bound was negative and my right bound was positive. This time it's switched. So I hit enter, enter for guess. There is my second solution, 0.176. I record that as a second solution. And now I repeat the process the third time to find this one. Number 2. I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to get myself closer to this one, but still stay on the left. I'm already on the left of this point. But now I'm going to get myself a little closer. So I'm going to go this way. You can see the cursor dropping down. It's going to go off the screen, negative 12, because the bottom of the screen is negative 10. So you can see it's still going down. You look at the y value, negative 19, negative 21. It's going down. Negative 22, negative 22, negative 23. Now it's coming back up. It reached the bottom there around negative 23. Now it's coming back up. Once I get to negative 10, it'll start. There it is, back on the screen. And I'm close to that point, but I'm still to the left of it. So I hit enter. And then move to the right and go past the point. That's enough. Enter and guess. I just need to hit enter. And there is my solution. 4.966 is my third solution, or x-intercept. It's called the x-intercept because it's where the crosses the x-axis, and it crosses it 3 times in this case. That is the x-intercept method. Now let's look at the intersection method. So I'm going to get out of here. And it says to solve x to the 4th minus 6x cubed equals 2x minus 3. Well, this time it's not equal to 0. Now I could solve it and get it equal to 0 if I wanted to, but I have a second method called the intersection method where I can solve it just as easily. So you take one side of the equation, and let's clear this out, and put it into y1. So here I'm going to take this part right here, and I'm going to put that into y1, x to the 4th minus 6x cubed. And then I'm going to take 2x minus 3 and put it into y2. So let's look at what that looks like. So I put x to the 4th power minus 6x to the 3rd power. And then on the other side I put 2x minus 3. And again, I either graph or zoom 6 if the window's not correct. So let's graph that. There's my first graph. Here comes my second graph. And you can see right here and right here there are 2 intersection points. We see 2 intersection points. And so we're going to find those. So we're going to go back to that same calculate menu that we did before. So second, trace. But this time we don't want number 2, we want number 5. And it says first curve, and up here it says y1. Well, that's our first curve, so we hit enter. It changes to the other one, y2, so we hit enter again. And now our guess, just get it pretty close to that intersection point. Doesn't have to be super close, just closer to this one than it is to the other one. And hit enter. And there is our solution. And again, the x value is the solution we're after. So 0.676. We essentially at this point we'd ignore the y value. We just worry about the x value. That's our answer we're entering. We record that as our solution. Now, since we have a second intersection point, we have to repeat the process for that one. So let's do that again. Second, trace. This time number 5. First curve again. Second curve again. And guess. Now we've got to get it close. So use the right arrow and get it close to this one over here. Our cursor's close there. Our cursor's very close to that one. Hit enter. And there's our second solution. X equals 6.041. So we now have our 2 solutions to that equation. All right, that is the x-intercept method and the intersection method. I hope this helps.